crisis within our alliance, since no one else in Europe thought that action should be taken. An alliance we now need to help us in dealing with Russian aggression. Together, the United States and Europe must help Russia's neighbors like the Ukraine strengthen their democratic economies. And we have to help them decrease their dependence on Russian energy. We also have to have a new strategy that prevents conflicts from escalating into crisis, rather than simply respond to them after they in fact occur with nothing but bluster. Months ago, with John McCain and George Bush administration focused on Iraq to the exclusion of everything else, and called for Barack Obama at that period called for a high-level international mediator and peacekeepers to help resolve the disputes in Georgia over South Ossetia and Abkhazia before they exploded. Barack Obama anticipated what Russia was likely to do. He called for an international negotiating team to put Russia in a corner, to box it. Ladies and gentlemen, when Russia invaded Georgia, an independent country, I got a call from Misha Saakashvili, the president, and said, "Joe, will you come over? Will you come?" I sat down and talked at length with Barack. I went to see him in Tbilisi. I sat with him while Russian tanks were still on the outskirts of his city. And we laid out a specific proposal. We made it crystal clear, Barack and I, what we would do to preserve the territorial integrity of Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, that Georgia itself, we argued, should be integrated into the transatlantic alliances like NATO, that its citizens must have the right to return to South Ossetia and Abkhazia. We led the way in securing support for $1 billion to help Georgia rebuild its economy, to prevent Russia from toppling a democratic regime by crushing their economy. Ladies and gentlemen, Barack Obama called for this. And we've been very clear, Barack has been very clear, that Russia must pay a real price for what they have done thus far. And they clearly already have had. The civil nuclear agreement that was before my committee, we pulled down. And the president agreed. And as I warned at the outset of the crisis, Russia's economy is taking a significant hit, with its stock market losing $750 billion in its value. But even as we hold Russia accountable for its actions, we can and we should deal directly with Moscow on other security issues like securing nuclear weapons and materials to fight al-Qaeda. They need to understand that a fuller integration into the international community depends on their conduct, and their conduct is critical. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Barack Obama talked about. He did not bluster about what occurred. He offered concrete alternatives that actually have been adopted not only by our president, President Bush, but adopted by most of Europe. And John continues to talk. Ladies and gentlemen, so ask yourself, based on the judgments they have already made, the policies they have already proposed, which candidate is more likely, as President of the United States, to end the war in Iraq responsibly, to focus America's full might on dealing with the very people who attacked us, al-Qaeda and bin Laden, to unite our allies in dealing effectively with the threats posed by Iran and a resurgent Russia, to renew the promise of America to the world? Which candidate is most likely to do those things? And I think by any objective standard, not looking to the future, looking to the past, what each of the candidates have said, to me it is absolutely, unequivocally clear that Barack Obama is more prepared to be Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America than John McCain.